This Korean history book has records from the very first country in the world, Wongeuk, which is considered to begin about 9,000 years ago, to Joseon Kingdom, one of Korean ancient kingdoms that existed between BC 24C and BC 3C. Okay, let's get started. Samsungji 2. Nabin is the first ancestor of all human beings. Nabin met Amun in the place called Azabi. Then, according to the teaching of God in their dream, they got married and had children who became the first ancestors of Wongeuk. In the beginning, there was Wongeuk, which had a lot of people living rich lives. After Wonun became enlightened, while staying in the mountain, K-zzan, he lived long without disease. On behalf of God, Wonun taught people so that they could get along with each other and work hard together to overcome starvation and cold at first. Here's the names of total 7, 1 INS of Wongeuk. 1. Ampa-jian Wonun. 2. Haik-seo Wonun. 3. Gosiri Wonun. 4. Ju-woo Yang Wonun. 5. Seek Jaim Wonun. 6. Gu Yul Li Wonun. 7. Gwiri Wonun. Wonun was also called Dan-in. According to some ancient record, there was a country, Pani Ryuguk, at the bottom of the mountain, Panaryo, on the east side of Cheonhae. The country stretched 50,000 li from east to west and 20,000 li from north to south. It was also called Wongeuk. Wongeuk consisted of 12 different countries: Bari-guk, Yangon-guk, Gumek Han-guk, Gudachin-guk, Ilgun-guk, Uru-guk, Pilna-guk, Gaik, Inhang-guk, Gumo, A-guk, Magu-yuguk, Jik-guda-guk, Sunapa-guk, Sun-pai-guk, Shi-wai-guk or Tongosa-guk, and Sumili-guk. Cheonhae is Buk, Hey now. Wongeuk lasted 3,301 years, with 7 leaders, but some other records says it lasted 63,182 years. I don't know which one is correct. At the end of Wongeuk, Ampa-jian thought that Samwi-san and Taebek-san were the two good places to start civilizations that benefited people. Who would I send to for the purpose? Ampa-jian asked his men. All leaders of Oga answered the same. There is a man named Wan Wongeun-seo, who is brave, generous, and smart. He also cares so much about people that he's the right person you're looking for. So, why don't you send him to Taebek in the east? After listening to their recommendation, Ampa-jian gave Wan Wong 3 Chin Buin and told him, now that the people and things are ready, you along with 3. Men, go and do your best effort to open a new sky and benefit the world by teaching people the ways to find their heavenly nature and setting up examples that all the people and their descendants should follow. There was a man named Bongo, who was good at astronomy and the calendar system. When Wan Wong went to Taebek, Bongo asked Ampa-jian to send him to explore new places like Wan Wong did. So Ampa-jian allowed him to do that. So, Bongo packed a bunch of treasures and goods and left for Nap Lim Cave of Samwi-san along with the spiritual leaders of 10 heavenly stems and the 12 Harari signs. Gong Gong, Yuso, Yumyo, Yusu accompanied him, too. Bongo became a king there. Bongo was also called Bongo Gaon, and all the other companies were called J-jin. Wan Wong arrived at Shin-dan Su on the top of the mountain, Taebek, and named the place as Shinshi. Then he became Wan Wong Qianwang. Wan Wong had Pongbek, Wusa, and Wonsa under his command and made each Oga take care of farming, carrying out king's commands, laws, health, and education. He also made them look after another 360 issues among people in order to benefit all his people in addition to his other commands. In the early stage of his kingdom, among many tribes, there were 2 tribes, Wang and Ho, lived next to each other. They went to Shin-dan Su and prayed to God that they wanted to be the part of the people who followed the commandments of God. Wan Wang thought they could be part of his people. So, he had their bodies and minds prepared for training. The first thing the tribes did was to clean their body and their mind with the food given to them by Wan Wang. Wan Wang said to them, "You are not allowed to eat anything but these bundle of mugwort and 20 bulbs of garlics for 100 days, the time when you'll have to stay focused on praying, without exposing yourself to sunlight. Then you'll be qualified to be my people." On the 21st day, the tribe Ho gave up because they couldn't stand being hungry and cold, but the tribe Wang made it through the end. This showed the difference between the two tribes. Some time later, the girls from the tribe Wang went to Shin dance to pray that they wanted to get married and have babies. After Wan Wang heard it, he permitted his people to marry the girls from the Wang tribe. Their babies became Wan Jok. When Wan Wang Qin Wang started a new kingdom, Bidel, he taught his people with Qin Bujiang and Samuel Shingo. Chu Qin Wang, Joji, Wan Wang, the 14th king of Bidel, later made weapons with iron and copper for the first time in human history. Then he organized strong militaries greater than any other country and expanded its territory. He also increased agricultural production. This was when all of the 9 groups of Wan people took Samshin as their ancestors. Wan Wang Qin Wang took care of Soto, Guanjiang, and Chekwa. He also kept unanimous decision-making system which was called Wa Bek. A new leader united 9 Wan and began to start a new kingdom after dividing it into 3 sections. The new leader became Dan Gun, who was a king of Joseon Kingdom. According to the history book, Milji, there was Gangjeoke, one of the many different tribes. At the end of Wan Guk, Gangjok often became out of control. So Wanung tried to work out the matter by teaching them scriptures. Then, he set up a new law which encouraged good and punished bad, based on the agreement of all tribes. So he thought to himself that he would finally and legally be able to punish any tribes who did bad. Some of the tribes didn't even have their own names. As there was no cultural exchange, their cultures became different. The native people were Ho tribe, and immigrants were Wang tribe. Ho tribe was violent, greedy, and often took away things from other tribes by force. Wang tribe was bad-tempered, stubborn, and stupid. So, the two tribes couldn't get along with each other. They lived close to each other, but their relationship got worse over time. They never shared things together, and they never married each other, and they went against each other all the time. After hearing that Wan Wang was so generous, the queen of Wang tribe went to Wan Wang and asked, "Would you please give us a place to live? We want to be part of your people, Wan, by following your teachings." So Wan Wang gave a land to live to them and their descendants. But Ho tribe got expelled because they didn't follow the teachings. From this time on, Wan tribe began to prosper. Wan Wang's kingdom decided the borderline with Yin Jae-shin Nung's kingdom when the 10th Wang Wang Galgo was ruling. 4 generations later, Joji Wan Wang became a king who was divine and brave. He wore a helmet made of iron or copper and had an ability to create big fog. He constructed 9 facilities in which people made weapons with iron that they took from mines. Other kingdoms were afraid of him so much because they didn't know how to make weapons with iron. People called Joji Wan Wang Kaiwu Qian Wang. Kaiwu means that a thunderstorm changes mountains and rivers. As the Yin Jaishin Nung kingdom was going down, Kaiwo Qin Wang went to the west with his military several times to conquer. His military started from Sakdu and occupied the territory between Ahoy Su and K-zzan. When Hien Hu, a king of one of the kingdoms in that area, went against Kaiwu, Kaiwu's military went attack Rock and attacked Hien Hu. Then he caught Hien Hu and accepted him as one of his men. Afterward, Kaiwu sent Zhang Gun to the west and attacked Goshen. This was the time when three different kingdoms were facing each other, such as Day, Yo at the north of Tak Rock, Chang Hill at the east of Tak Rock, and Heian One at the west of Tak Rock. They kept the balance of force, because no kingdom was stronger than another. Now that Heian One's kingdom was less advanced than Chilwo's, Heian One was always unfavorable in the battles against Kwu. So Heian One asked Day, Yo and Chang Hill for help, but they turned down his asking because Day, Yo and Chang Hill were followers of Kwu. Kwu taught Day, Yo and Chang Hill astronomy and old letters respectively. All other kings learned from Chil Wu and became his followers. There's another record about Kai Wu and Heian One in Chinese history book, Sagi by Samishun. There was a time when all the kings except Kai Wu obeyed Heian One. Kwu was too strong for Heian One to conquer. Kai Wu's body was animal, but spoke like human. He had 81 brothers. His head was as strong as copper and his forehead was as solid as iron. Kai Wu ate sands. He made Ogujangdu, swords, spears, and Taino, which was a specially designed bow that could shoot many arrows at a time. So his military was so powerful that he had so much influence on neighboring countries. The name Kai Wu meant emperor. Bai Dao was the name of the kingdom that Han Wang started. The capital city was Shenxi. They changed the capital city to Cheongguk later. Bai Dao kingdom lasted 1,565 years, with 18 Wan Wangs. Here are the list of 18 Wan Wangs with periods of reign and lifespans.